Alright, now we have the Raidraptor deck profile. We're going to start off with 3 Tribute Lanius. When he's a normal or special summon, you can send 1 Raidraptor card to grave. You use this to combo with a lot of things. Send another Fuzzy to grave, add a Fuzzy to hand when Fuzzy sent to grave. Special summon Fuzzy, go into an Xyz play. Send a Mimicry Lanius, banish Mimicry Lanius, add any Raidraptor card. Send a Raidraptor Readiness to grave. It's essentially a foolish burial for the deck. You run it at 3. 3 Vanishing Lanius. When it's normal special summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower Raidraptor from your hand. Again, spam, spam, spam. Vanishing into a tribute, vanishing into anything really. Rank 4 plays for days. 3 Mimicry. Generally, you want to have this in grave, because when the Mimicry is sent to grave, during the turn it is sent to grave, you can banish it at any Raidraptor card. Generally, Raidraptor's Nest. It's basically a search for Nest and or any other Raidraptor card that you may need at that particular moment. You generally want to see it sent to grave via tribute, or discard with foolish, whatever you want it in grave. 3 Fuzzy Lanius. Special summon there's another Raidraptor on board. Rank 4 play, generally 4 Strix. Only condition with this is if its effects, secondary effect being when it's sent to a grave, you add another Fuzzy from deck to hand. If you use either effect, you can only special summon Raidraptor monsters that turn. So it's a little bit limited, but most of your extra deck and the cards that you go into are Raidraptors anyway, so no real negative side effects in running 3. 2 Booster Strix. Mainly just here to protect Ultimate Falcon. If they Ultimate Falcon's biggest is your boss monster, and its biggest weaknesses are Kaiju's, Lightning. You can't stop either of those really, but if they get like a Dank Rebellion out and eat up like another Raidraptor and has a little bit higher attack, it'll protect Ultimate Falcon and any other Raidraptor you need to protect. 2 Singing Lanius. Special summon once per turn if there's an Xyz on your field. Level 4 easy summon. 2. Pain Lanius. Target a Raidraptor monster. Take its attack or defense as a damage, whichever is lower. Its level becomes the same level as that monster. Almost everything in this deck is 4. Rank 4 spam. 2 Lastrix. You tribute it. Special summon 1 Raidraptor or a monster from your extra deck. Its effects are negated. And I believe it is it's either returned or destroyed. I have to double check. Let us see here. It is returned to the extra deck at the end phase. You also, during battle phase, you can special summon it. Sorry, not battle phase. During damage calculation, if a Raidraptor monster you control battles, you can special summon it and gains 100 life points for each spell and trap you control and in your graveyard. You almost never use that effect, to be perfectly honest. You just want to tribute it, get your Ultimate Falcon out faster. So that'll be it for the monsters. Raidraptors don't have like a huge monster lineup. We just use the basics. Spells. 3 lore. Everything in here is dark. You want 3 lore. 3 rank up magic Astral Force. Ranks up by 2. Get a Satellite Cannon out, rank up into Ultimate Falcon. 4 Strix into Revolution Falcon. Revolution into Satellite. Rank up by 2. And then when we get the new Raidraptor, Blaze Falcon into Arsenal Falcon. Rank up by 2. Rank up magic Skip Force. Again, rank up by 2. Raidraptors we rank up by 2 a lot. This is essentially our way of having 6 cards that rank up by 2. Cattle Call. You send 1 face-up monster you control to the graveyard whose original type is Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast, but summon 1 monster from your extra deck with the same original type, but cannot attack its effects negated and is destroyed during the end phase. You can only activate 1 Cattle Call per turn. That's fine. Get rid of one of your Raidraptor monsters. Satellite Cannon, Ultimate Falcon. This is Ultimate Falcon Turbo for a reason. 2 Instant Fusion. Northern into any Raidraptor. Go into a 4 Strix. Search. 2 Raidraptor Nest. Essentially, if you have 2 or more Raidraptor monsters, you can add 1 Raidraptor monster from your deck or graveyard. Note, or graveyard. That is very important. to your hand. You can only activate Nest once per turn. One of the key things with Nest is that it recycles your monsters, because Raidraptors, like Black Wings, get all their monsters engraved fast, so Nest is important to add them back. Another thing, if your opponent doesn't like you that day and gets rid of a bunch of your Xyz, Nest can also add Xyz back to the extra deck. Some people run 1, I run 2 because people always get rid of the first one. You don't need more than 2, but you can't run 1 because they will get rid of it. 2 Twin Twister, back row hate. Standard. Back row kills this deck. If they get a Solemn or whatever out as you're trying to go Ultimate Falcon, you're dead. Get rid of back row ASAP. Traps, just 3. Readiness, if it's set and you activate it, Raidraptor monsters can't be strong in battle that turn. Sometimes you use it. Main effect is when it's engraved, you banish it, you take no battle damage that turn. That's the main reason you want it. Vanities, make it so your opponents can special summon. Warning. Standard, 3 traps. For our extra deck, and I'm just going to show off this nice deck box right here. For our extra deck, we have, if I can get my divider. Amazing divider too, by the way. I better pull that Norden out too. Just slide this over here. For our extra deck, we have Elder Entity Norden. Rank 4 plays. Norden makes this deck work. Utopic Future, you end up with 4 Strix that have no materials on them a lot, so just overlay 2 4 Strix for a Future. It kind of annoys enemies. Just good to have. Zexal package, so Utopia Prime, S0, Utopic Zexal. This card basically says you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! For about 3 turns. Its only condition, you just have to discard a non-quick play rank up while you have any Utopia monster on board, and it'll rank up onto it. So, we run 6 non-quick play rank up magics. Super easy to summon this, especially because it's rank 4 deck. Utopia is hella easy to summon. Makes it so they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! For a few turns. Zero Fane, just 2 Winged Beasts, negates everything on their side of the field, gains attack, 300 attack for each face-up card on the field. It's a good beat stick. 3 4 Strix, bread and butter. Always run 3. Some people run 2. I know a guy at my locals who runs 0. This card, it searches all your monsters. It searches everything you could possibly need. This card's great. 3. 1 Revolution, just because, it comes in clutch sometimes when it battles special summon monster. That special summon monster's attack becomes 0 and its defense becomes 0. You can detach a material, it'll attack every monster your opponent controls. And once per turn, you can also, let me see here. If it has Raidraptor Xyz monster as Xyz materials, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy, and then inflict damage equal to half the attack the monster had. For that effect, you don't need to use your Xyz material. You only need to use Xyz if you want to attack everything they have. But, just 1 is good. 2 Satellite Cannon Falcons, or as I like to call it, Orbital Death from Above. Probably my favorite Raidraptor, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, it's like a huge not MST. It's like a heavy storm for your opponent when you summon this, because it destroys all their back row and, nothing can respond to it. So it can also, pretty much reduce an opponent's monster's attack to 0. With its effect, you would detach 1 Xyz material, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, loses 800 attack for each Raidraptor monster in your graveyard. Raidraptors get almost all their cards engraved fast. But for the main reason, it's a rank 8. Main reason it's in here, Ultimate Falcon. Not a lot of decks can deal with Ultimate Falcon. Most decks only out are Utopia and Kaijus. And if they're not running Utopia and Kaijus, they're not going to win. Ultimate Falcon is unaffected by all other card effects. You can't Raigeki it, you can't Dark Hole it. Your only way to get rid of it is to somehow tribute it or just hop it manually. It's a 10, so rank up by 2 over a Satellite Cannon for Ultimate. Its effect, if it's got a Raidraptor Xyz material, what's it called? You can detach 1 card, 1 Xyz material from this card. Rest turn, all monsters your opponents control lose 1,000 attack, and your opponent cards and effects Cannot be activated. If this card has a Raidraptor monster as Xyz material, it gains this effect. Once per turn during the end phase, you can make all monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack. Very good. And then if your opponent controls no face-up monsters, they lose 1,000 damage. So essentially, the only time you'll use this effect to detach is if you're pushing for game. Otherwise, just keep a material on him and just slowly burn your opponent to death. That's the glory that is Ultimate Falcon. And 177 of the 7 sins. Sometimes, you just need something that'll survive. Like, let's say you draw into a Lastrix first turn, you have no rank ups and you have no decent plays. Some Lastrix go into an Ultimate Falcon with its effects negated. Rank up 7 sins right on top of that. It doesn't need a rank up magic. You just flat out rank it up. Yeah, see right there, you can just flat out rank it up on top of an Ultimate Falcon. And, just dump it in defense. It'll survive for about a turn or so. And then it's a 4K beater for you. So that is my extra deck. The answer is definitely in the sky. Kudos to anyone who understands that pun. Side deck. Icarus Attack, great, with a Winged Beast. Tribute a card. Destroy 2 monsters. 2 Raptor's Gust. Essentially says you're not going to get to use your spell or traps this day. Great thing about Raptor's Gust is that you need a Raidraptor card on the field to activate this. Raidraptor's nest counts. So if you have a nest and this face down and they try to MST your nest, Gust, MST or Twin Twisters negated. They activate a trap like a Solemn. Gust is actually a counter trap, so you can actually chain to Solemns and negate it. Great stuff. Rivalry, this card used to be great back when Monarchs were a thing and Blue Eyes were a thing. Basically makes so both players can only control one type of monster. Everything in his deck is Winged Beast, so this was great. I still keep it in the side, just in case I ever come across a match that I'm going to need again, because I love Rivalry. But you don't use this too much anymore, not with this format. ABCs, DDDs, most of these decks are all one type. We got Zodiacs coming out. They're all Beast Warriors. Rivalry's not going to see much play. This card's funny because you can actually steal your opponent's Xyz monsters and then, overlay on top of them. You don't really need it. I just like running in the side as a troll. Again, two of these kaijus. Damn, I forgot his name. Radion. Again, kaiju. It's a dark, although target. Standard for most dark decks. But that will be it. I mean, I've got a couple random Raidraptor cards in here. I thought this was going to be good, Blade Burner. It's not. Rise Falcon's hilarious. Sometimes you just got to side Rise Falcon in. Sometimes you just got to say hell with it and side it in. It's too good. Extra copy of Revolution. I used the main 2. I took it out. Blaze Falcon. I'm just waiting for Arsenal Falcon at this point. I don't even side him. This is the only actual extra deck monster that I side. These are just here if I ever want to have fun and dick around my extra deck. But that'll be it. Raidraptor deck profile. Done.